Something is happening right now in the world of AI. It's a pretty quiet change, but it is a massive one. We're starting to see a shift from AI that just talks to us to AI that actually starts doing things for us. And really, getting your head around this change is the key to understanding where our entire digital world is headed.
So let's start with a simple question to frame all of this. Is the AI you use a helper or is it a doer? Does it give you advice or does it actually get the job done? The answer to that question, well, that's the line between two totally different kinds of artificial intelligence.
First up, let's talk about the world we're all familiar with, right? The one we've been living in for the past few years. This is the age of the AI assistant, which, let's be honest, often feels like having a really, really smart friend on call 24/7.
I mean, we've all done this. You need to send a message, so you just ask your AI, hey, can you draft this for me? It's a classic assistant task.
Or, maybe you're trying to figure out some complex idea. You can just ask the AI to break it down for you, and suddenly it's like your own personal tutor, dishing out information whenever you need it.
And of course, there's this one. You're short on time, you've got this huge document, and you ask it for the highlights. In all these situations, the AI is basically a super powerful information processor, generating really helpful content for you.
But here's the crucial point. After the AI generates that draft, or the explanation, or the summary, it stops. It just hands the baton right back to you. You're still the one who has to actually send the email, or apply the concept, or do something with that summary. You have to do the work.
Okay, let's make this super clear with an example. Imagine you ask an AI assistant, how do I book a flight to Mumbai? It's going to do a great job. It'll give you a list of travel sites, some smart tips for finding cheap tickets, maybe even a sample itinerary. It's awesome for your thinking process, but you are still the one who has to open your browser, compare all those prices, and physically book the ticket. The AI advises, you execute.
But what if the AI didn't stop there? This is where everything starts to change. This is where we see the birth of the AI agent. This is what happens when AI moves from just advising to actually acting.
So now I imagine you give the AI a totally different kind of command. You say, find me the cheapest flight to Mumbai for this Friday and book it. An agent doesn't give you instructions, it takes action. It goes out there, searches the travel sites on its own, compares the prices, picks the best flight, fills in your details, and completes the entire booking. The next thing you know, a confirmation just lands in your inbox.
And that is the fundamental difference. An agent isn't designed to just spit out a response. It's built to take a whole sequence of actions to achieve a goal. It doesn't just answer your question about the problem, it actually solves the problem for you.
And this brings us to a really critical distinction we have to make. It's all about understanding the difference between an output and an outcome.
An output? Well, that's the tangible thing an AI assistant makes. It's the email draft, the summary, the piece of code, maybe a to-do list. It's a product that still needs you, the human, to do something with it.
An outcome, though, that's a whole different ballgame. That's the end result an AI agent delivers. It's not just the to-do list, it's the tasks on that list actually getting checked off. It's not the drafted email, it's the email being sent and a reply getting scheduled. It's the goal being completed.
Now, this might sound like we're just playing with words, but believe me, it changes everything about how we interact with technology. The second an AI can take action in the digital world, it stops being a passive tool that you just consult, like a calculator. It becomes an active participant, something way closer to a digital worker.
So, how in the world does an agent actually do this? What's going on under the hood that gives it these new powers? Well, there are a few core invisible skills that make all this autonomy possible.
First, they can plan. They can take a big, high-level goal, like launch a marketing campaign, and break it down into a logical sequence of smaller steps. Second, and this is a huge leap, they can use tools. They can actually operate web browsers, connect to APIs, and interact with other software. Third, they remember context. They track their progress across many, many steps. And finally, and this is so important, they can recover from mistakes. If something fails, they don't just give up. They can try again or figure out a whole other way to get to the goal.
Maybe the absolute best way to think about this is with a workplace analogy. An AI assistant, that's like a consultant. You go to them for advice, they give you amazing recommendations, but at the end of the day, you have to do the work. An AI agent, on the other hand, is more like an employee.
You don't ask for advice, you assign them a goal. They go figure out the how, they get the task done, and they just report back to you when it's finished. So why does all of this matter so much? Because this isn't just some small tech upgrade. This signals a massive change in how we, as humans, are going to interact with technology. Our entire role is about to evolve.
If you look ahead, our interactions with AI won't be about asking for little bits of help anymore. It's going to be about delegation. You'll be assigning these complex, multi-step tasks like prepare this week's sales report, or plan my entire business trip for next month, including the flights, the hotels, and setting up the meetings.
And the end of that whole interaction, it won't be a long list of suggestions or links. It'll be two simple, powerful words from the system confirming the entire goal has been achieved. Done.
And that's really the ultimate takeaway here. As AI makes this leap from assistant to agent, our own role shifts right along with it. We're going to stop being people who just use software by clicking buttons and typing commands. We're going to become managers who define goals, oversee progress, and direct these intelligent, autonomous systems.
Which, of course, leaves us with one final, very big question. The technology is clearly heading this way. The real unknown isn't about what the AI can do. It's about, well, it's about us. Are we ready to make that leap? Are we ready to stop being users and start becoming managers? Are we really ready to delegate?